Hey guys, it is very early Monday morning, October 12th, 2020. It is 1:20 a.m. and I'm here filming a video because I'm not sleeping clearly. So why not? Maybe this will wear me out a little bit and I'll be able to go to bed. Um, I've been I've been saying this in my last couple of videos, but I've been having a lot of trouble with my sleep schedule um, since the lockdown. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I'll be able to go to bed after I finish this. I'll set this to upload. So it's been it's been 2 months since my last video. My last video was on August 10th, and it's still been up and down. Like my sleep schedule, my stitching has been up and down. Um, I've done some, so it's gotten better, but it's still kind of shaky. Um, so I'm going to show you what I've done. It's not going to be in any particular order. Most of this was to meet challenges for a variety of groups: Crystal Academy, Daily 30, Magical Stitches. Mostly Crystal Academy and Daily 30. I think I've done a few things. I think I did one major prompt for Magical Stitches, and then, so, um, and in fact, the last two spells that I do for Crystal Academy in about 7 hours, I haven't done. And I know that's going to hurt me in the next challenge because you can't do a task for a spell you haven't learned. um, but they posted 6 spells, and I've learned 4 of them. So I didn't do the ones that are due in a few hours. Oh well. I think there's going to be an opportunity to make it up later, so I'll make it up later. So, and I've got some stash. But first, shockingly enough, I have a finish. Who knew? It was a new start, and then it was a finish. Um, and here it is. This is Tulip Egg by Mill Hill. And I started this while I was watching one of the political conventions in late August, early September. And I finished it. It took me a ridiculous amount of time to finish this. I can finish these in 3 nights, and it took me like a week or week and a half. It took me a ridiculous amount of time to finish this. But it's finished. And I actually started her sister. I started the Tulip Egg. But all I have done on it is like this leaf right here. Or, the equivalent of that leaf right there. So, it was my finish. Yay for Mill Hill. I love Mill Hill. They're like the perfect project. They're small and they're quick and they're easy and they're inexpensive and they FFO themselves and they're fun. It's wonderful. And this is all beads. I don't know if you can tell, but this is all beads. There's no cross stitch in it. I love these. This is like the 4th one of these I've done, and the tulip is the 5th one. So there's that. What I've been stitching on, and again, I'm just going to show you these in the order that they're posted here. I mean, in the order that they're piled here. There's no, this is not chronological at all. My spring Quaker bag from Garon. This is Joy in the Journey by Leisure Arts. Do I have a cover picture of it here? No, because that would make that too simple. Here's my phone. I'll show you on my phone. Here it is. Joy in the Journey by Leisure Arts. It says, "Blessed is the life that finds joy in the journey." You can find this in PDF on the Leisure Arts website. It's like $5.99 American or something. It's really inexpensive. And I worked on this for Crystal Academy because we needed something. I don't remember what the prompt was, but it was where I got to. So I did the top of the, clearly I did the top of the border and I did part of the inside border. Um, I needed 300 stitches on it for some prompt, so that's where it is. And I also brought it up. I made myself a list because of no new starts next year. You have to have at least 200 stitches in a project in order to put it in for new starts. And so I made myself a list of everything that I need to do. I think I talked about this in August. Of everything I need to do for no new starts, what I need to bring up to 200 stitches, what I need to start, and then things that I want to get to for WIP Go for this year. So every time I do a challenge, I try to match it against that list. And this was one of the ones that I needed to bring up to 200 stitches because I think when I started it, I put like 10 stitches in it. My sad little start. I know I talked about that in August. So this is now past 200 stitches and it officially qualifies for your no new starts. The next one is in my manatee bag from Garon. And this was a piece that I started in the end of June 29th, for Leap into a New Start and Virtual Stitchers. This is Dark Water by Jessica Lane, charted by Hayde. And when I started this, I put 49 stitches in it. Again, you need 200 for no new start. So I used it for a prompt. I think I used it for a daily 30 monthly, which is 500 stitches. So I'm trying to show this without unfolding all of it. But that was where I got to. So there's my mermaid. Both of these, Joy in the Journey and Dark Water, are most likely going to go away until next year. Maybe I'll pull them out for a prompt, but more than likely they're going to go away until next year. The next one, my blue and white snowflake bag from Yellow House Crafts, who she has started making bags again. She posted a bag sale on Friday night. I kind of think these were bags that she made back in the day, and she never sold. She put them up and she sold them all. I did not get one. I kind of slept through the sale and I missed out. But I'm really happy to see her back now. Little Yellow House Crafts. She's fantastic. I love her bags. And if you've been here for a while, you might know what's in this bag. This, of course, is another Hayde. This is The Littlest Fairy by Selena Fennick, started by Hayde. I did this. I know what prompt I did this for. I did this for Magical Stitches extra credit. And it was, we were boarding the Disney cruise ship. And the Disney cruise ship has 1,250 rooms. So you had to do 1,250 stitches. And shockingly enough, I did it. I put 1,250 stitches in my fairy. She's got all of these miscellaneous threads across her. But there she is. I don't know if you can see all that white in the mushroom. But I've kind of gotten to the point where it's just lots and lots of white. And lots of white. And more white. And, oh look, there's more white. So I think there's going to be some amount of struggle on this piece just because it's boring. But I'm going to try to get her done by the end of the year. That would be fantastic if I could finish her this year. Because I'm planning to start another HAID before the end of the year. And if I could finish this one and go into next year with 3 HAIDs, great. We'll come back to this in a second. My desserts bag from Duran. This is also a piece that was on my list for next year, to get ready for next year. Let me show you the picture. This is a restart. So I started this at the end of May with Natalie, no, not Natalie at that time, with Lisa at Lisa Stitching and Such, and Sarah at our Stitching Kingdom. And I started it on the called for fabric, which is a shelt. It's cardboard. Was not a fan. And it might not have been so bad if I didn't stitch in hand. If I stitched on a Q-snap, it probably would have been okay. But since I stitch in hand, it's like cardboard, and it was not pleasant. So I decided I'm going to restart it. And no new starts allows restarts, but in order to restart it, you have to have 200 stitches in the original piece. Well, I put 40 stitches in. I'm not going to bring it up to 200 just so I can restart it next year. So I'm like, if I'm going to restart it, I'm going to restart it this year. I'm going to get my stitches in it, and I'll just take it in next year. So this is Silver Moon Tea by Mirabilia. And when I restarted it, Natalie started it with me. So I was also using this for a monthly in Daily 30. And I put 500 stitches in it. And I'm actually going to use it again this month. My goal for WIP Go on this is to get to 1,000 stitches. So I'm going to put 500 more stitches in it. And then it'll probably go away for the rest of the year. And I have no idea what fabric this is on, you guys. It's a piece of fabric I had in my stash, and I have no idea what it is. Okay. This piece is my dog bag if I go around. Because who doesn't love dogs? This piece is my second oldest WIP. My oldest WIP is the Victorian Village ornaments, which you guys have seen it several times. This is my second oldest WIP, and this is also on the list of things I need to get ready for No New Starts next year. And honestly, I doubt that I'm going to really work on it much next year, but I don't want to not have the option. Maybe I'll get a wild hair and I'll want to work on it. Who knows? But I don't want to leave myself without the option. So I'm like, let me get it up to 200 stitches. And then I've been trying to work these into prompts because it helps me get the stitches in. This one, I, like an idiot, decided, let me use this on a prompt that requires 500 stitches. I gotta sneeze. So, this is, I just realized I didn't show this to you. This is Retrievers by Janlin. And the prompts, well, originally I was going to use this for Daily 30. It's a prompt, stitch on a WIP that has a copyright date from the 1980s. And the copyright on this is 1987. And it was a good deal, because it was 25 tokens for 500 stitches, which is a fantastic deal in Daily 30. That did not happen. That deal has expired. I did not do the stitches. So then I thought, well, I'll use it for the Daily 30 monthly. And I may not do that either. I may do the monthly with a different, do the same prompt with a different piece. I only needed about 50 stitches in this to get it up to 200. And I think I've probably done that, or I'm pretty close to it. But, excuse me, my interest in this piece is not there. So I put some stitches in it. I put these stitches up here. This is in the black dog in the middle. But my interest is not holding, so I am going to make sure there's 200 stitches in it, and I'm going to put it back. And I will find a different piece for that prompt. Now this last piece here, this is something I should have shown you in August. And I didn't realize until after I filmed my video that I had worked on it, and I should have shown it. This one, I think, shockingly enough, I do have a cover picture for. It's a black and white cover picture, but okay. Quaker Game Board by Papillon Creations. You guys have seen this several times. I stitched on it before the August video, and I've stitched on it since then. So this is where I am on it. So over here, I'm on the C, and the K block is below that. I need to do 2 more blocks. So, and I don't know if I've said this before. I probably have. But I figured out the easiest way to count these is the inside. See this inside octagon here? These inside octagons are 48 stitches. And these motifs right here are right around 50 stitches, most of them. Some of them are a little bit more, some of them are a little bit less. But most of them are right around 50 stitches. So I know that if I do the inside octagon and the motif, I'm probably right around 100 stitches. And if I need 5 or 6 or 8 stitches to make the rest up, I do it on one of these octagons here, on the outside octagon. So I know if I need 200 stitches, I need to do 2 boxes. That's the easiest way to count them. So I need to do 2 more blocks on this for a daily 30 prompt. So I was going to do that tonight, and I didn't. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Well, later today, after I sleep. So and this is also on my WIP Go. My goal for this for WIP Go is to finish page 2, which is, I just have to finish this row of blocks right here. And that'll be the end of page 2. And then these 2 blocks are on page 3. So if I finish this row of blocks, that'll be my goal. That'll meet my goal. So there's my stitching for the last 2 months. It's been up and down. Yeah. I was supposed to have a new start. I didn't do it. I still haven't done it. I was supposed to start Moon Garden. And it's all right here in my beautiful Garan bag. This was the August bag of the month. but I haven't started it. Soon. I want to use it for a prompt, so it seems like there should be more than that, but there's not. Um, Plans. Uh, I have my list. I'm still working through my list. Um, I'm making progress. I've been deleting stuff off of it. There's my list. I've been deleting stuff off of it. I still have some things that I need to bring out. Um, my temperature tree by Stitch and Mommy. I think I'm going to use for a prompt and probably add some stitches. There's not enough stitches in the prompt to give me what I need, but I'll just put some more stitches in it. I'm going to double check retrievers to make sure there's 200 stitches in there, and then I'm going to put that away. I have a couple other pieces I need to either just do the stitches that I need or work them into a prompt. I have a couple things that I want to start or I'm planning to start. And then I have a bunch of stuff that I'm trying to clear squares off my WIP Go board. If I finish Littlest Fairy, that would clear 2 more squares. Page 2 on Quaker Game Board would clear another square. My 1,000 Stitches on Silver Moon Tea would clear a square. Finishing up some of these ornaments on the Victorian Village would clear a couple of squares. My poor neglected Jane Austen, that would clear a square. I don't think I've worked on her since April or May. I don't think I've worked on her, or March. I don't think I've worked on her since the lockdown started. I think I was at work still the last time I worked on her. So I have my list and I'm kind of trying to match them to the prompts, and it's going. I've been making progress. So I'm going to keep up with that. Um, and that's really my only plan. And to try to do some of these groups for Daily 30. In Daily 30 this month, we're making each other Halloween costumes, which is a lot of fun, and I'm woefully behind. My poor friends in Daily 30. I'm like, hey, look, I'm making you a costume, and I haven't finished any of the stitches for any of them. So I need to get moving on that. I'm having a hard time though because you cannot double dip prompts in Daily 30. So if you're using it for a Halloween costume, you can't use it for a weekly. And so I'm like, oh, look at the weekly. I can use this. Oh, wait, no. So, yeah. I'm having a tough time with the double dipping on that one. But uh, something will get done. I don't know. All right. Yeah, that's really it for plans for October. Um, I want to start Moon Garden. We'll see what else. I have 2 things for November, and I have a couple of things that I may start in October. I may start them in December. Some of them I may not start. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I have stash. I have Fortnite fabric. Christian and Derek are awesome. I love Fortnite fabric. Their neutral collection is like right up my alley because I like pretty quiet fabrics. I don't like a lot of crazy colors. I don't like crazy modeling. I like kind of quiet, you know, quiet fabrics and kind of subtle modeling. And this is fantastic. So this, I believe, was their September fabric of the month. This is Panther Cap. And it's kind of like a It's like a gray with a little bit of purple tone to it. It's really pretty. I feel like there's something else that I'm forgetting that I got from them, but I don't think so. So there's that. And this one was our October fabric of the month. Actually, I think that was August, and this is September. I don't know. Um, this is burgundy truffle, and it's in the plastic, but it's like a pinky brown kind of color, and it's really pretty. I'm very happy with that. Their style is right up my alley. I bought this. I got enabled to by some evil woman on Stitch Mania. Um, she's also in Virtual Stitches. She's been on Virtual Stitches a couple of times. But she was stitching this, and every time she stitched it, or every time she posted her picture of it, I was like, I love that. So I went and found it, and this is Peaceful Shores by Jamlin, and it says, when you go through the deep water, I will be with you. So I went and found it, because every time she showed it, I was like, I got that. Alright. Can you hear my plastic crunching over here? Garan bags. I don't know what order these go in. So I'm just going to show these in the order they're here. This is a bag I got from one of their sales on the website. This is a mermaid bag. Maybe I ought to put dark water in this one. I have it in my manatee bag. Maybe I should change it. Because she's a mermaid. So there's that one. There's a mermaid. There's a bird. Shells. There's a seahorse down there. This is another bag that I bought in their sale. Books. Because, well, books. This was the fabric of the bag of the month for September. It's umbrellas. It's okay. Honestly, it's not my favorite. But, I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. And then this is the October bag. This bag is screaming Gary Hovetter. I saw this bag. I'm like, Gary chose this fabric. And if you watch the Sunshine Stitches, so this is the October bag of the month. It's in Gary Green. It's Halloween. It's got bats. It's got witches. It's got ghosts. I almost said snowmen. Those are not snowmen. It's got Frankenstein. It's totally screams Gary. I'm like, he totally chose this fabric. Um, so again, probably not my favorite, but I have a lot of affection for Gary, so it reminds me of Gary. Okay, and then the last thing that I got, well, no, it's not the last thing that I got. The last bag is I got this from Vicky at Stitch and Button, because what else would I do if I wasn't giving Vicky my money? Um, so this is the Autumn Leaves bag, and it's got glitter. It's kind of sparkly. And then the inside is just the neutral brown. And then and the zipper pull, because Vicky's bags always come with zipper pulls, is a leaf. There it is. And then she had gotten these fabric clips And so I got a pair of my little scissors. And I need to learn to use these, but since I stitch in hand, I suspect that these could come in handy. Especially on a piece with dark water, which has or a piece like dark water that has like a half a yard of fabric attached to it. I don't know how I'm going to manage that, honestly. I'm in the corner right now, so it's not that hard, but when I get to the center, I don't have any idea how I'm going to manage all that fabric. A couple of things that I got on digital, some of which I should have shown last month and I didn't. I forgot. I got I'll find it, I promise. Hayden was having a sale at some point, and I got Hazel's World Giraffe because she's adorable. And she's going to be my Hayden start in November. Bethan at Stitching by Twilight and I are going to start her together. And she's teeny tiny for a Hayden. She's like 120 by 200 and something. She's very little for a Hayden. I got that. And then I got this. I should have shown this last month and I forgot, or last video. This is A Stitch for Sweet Freedom by Lindy Stitches, and I'm hoping to start that this year. I'm hoping to get this started before the year ends. And somebody on Virtual Stitchers was telling me that there used to be this magazine called The Gift of Stitching, and it was a digital cross-stitch magazine, and they published for 5 or 6 years, I think, and they stopped publishing, and they became impossible to get because it was digital. You can't buy it secondhand. And I guess at some point along the way, they realized that they could still make money on this because people were still looking for these patterns and looking for these issues. So they started selling them in bundles. And you go to their website, TGOSM, the Gift of Stitching magazine, TGOSM.com. You can buy them in bundles, and they have them bundled in different ways, different years. You can buy all 6 years for $40 US. Or at least you could. I'm sure it's still going. So, and they have a lot of very popular designers. They've got the Victoria Sampler, they've got Ink Circles, they've got Long Dog, they've got all kinds of different designers. So I went on there and bought it. I haven't flipped through all of it yet. This one, the Victoria Sampler, is on the cover. This is just the one that I happened to take the screenshot of. The Victoria Sampler is on the cover, but I know they've got tons of designers on there. And I'm gonna have to take some time and go through it all. I'm probably gonna have to download it to my phone or put it in my Dropbox and get it on my phone and just go through it on my phone because I think I'll be better at it that way. Anyway, but I know that the enabler who enabled me into buying it has already started 2 or 3 of the designs that she found in the magazine. So there's a lot in there. So I think that's about it for me. Other kind of tentative plans. I kind of want to do something for Halloween. I'm kind of looking at the Ouija board style by Tiny Modernist, which Ouija board is not usually my thing, but that one is just so cute. And it's not too Ouija boardy. um, and I'm kind of looking at that one. I also really like the new Halloween sampler from Joan Elliott. But at the same time, I'm kind of thinking I want something smaller like a mill hill or an ornament or some. Maybe I'll get something out of a Halloween, but I feel like I need to have like a Halloween stitch in here somewhere. And then I also have at some point, maybe in November, maybe not this month, maybe November, my uh, candy cane Eeyore. So I finished my set. I have Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, Eeyore's the last one. So I'd like to get that done this year. I really need to get my butt moving, you guys. This up and down stitchy bug is just not doing me any favors. I really need to get my butt moving because I got a lot of stitching to do and a lot of stuff to get ready for next year and a lot of stuff that I want to get off my plate before next year that I don't want to take into next year with me. And this up and down stitchy bug is just, I need to get moving. And my wacky sleep schedule, I need to get moving. Or I need to learn to stitch at 2 in the morning. There's a girl on Virtual Stitches. I admire her for that because, she'll go to sleep and she'll wake up for whatever reason and she'll be there at midnight, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and she'll be on there stitching. And I'm like, how do you do that? I'm not good at that. If it's 2 in the morning, I'm like on my phone or I'm trying to sleep or I'm not up and stitching at 2 in the morning. I'm just not doing it. So I admire her for that. Um, I need to learn to do that. So, um, yeah, I think that's about all for me. It's just about 2 now, so hopefully I'm gonna be able to go to sleep. Luckily tomorrow's my day off, or Monday. Monday is my day off, and I don't have to go to work. But if I sleep too late, that's gonna cause me problems trying to sleep, and I do have to work on Tuesday. So, um, yeah. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to go to sleep. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful stitching month and stay safe and um, yeah, try not to go too crazy. It's the height of election season here in America. The politics here are crazy. COVID is crazy. Just America is insane right now. So stay safe, stay sane, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your mental health, and I will I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.